Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Moving on to our video. Yes, everything in my life has to do with politics. So whether or not you want to believe it, and you live in America and you're a naturalized American, or you're a green card, whether or not you want to believe it, politics affect your life one way or the other, and even your home country, your homeland. So we know that we're right now in the political season, and majority of immigrants, whether or not you want to believe it, majority of immigrants, when they migrate to the United States, or even before they migrate to the United States, if you're a conservative person, you're gonna be hooked to Fox News. Before I migrated to the United States, yeah, straight conservative, nothing but conservative. I never used to watch Fox News. I never used to watch MSNBC. Too liberal, too crazy. That was back then in the 90s. Never watch Morning Joe and all those people. No, it have to be straight. And Bill O'Reilly, don't watch China Hannity, because he's a straight racist. So most immigrants that migrate to the United States of America, they are mostly conservative. So that's the reason why we are telling you that, because we can see where the Democratic Party is going right now. The Democratic Party is, boy, they're not even gone left, them gone over the precipice. I don't know what kind of rope you can give them to bring them back. So it's either the court is going to restore sanity to America and the world, or it has to be Christie. Without Christie, it can't going to be. Because around DeSantis, nobody not going to vote for him. Only stupid people. You understand? And it's like, you know the outcome of a race already with the runner, but you're still going to say, yeah, try. So boy, I win. Ron DeSantis will never be president in the United States of America. And, once you stay and you start attack black people, you attack books, that's a no-no, or during slavery. And the worst part about it, that 61 years ago, Ron DeSantis in America was considered a minority because he's Italian, black. Yeah, you understand? So them see him as the N-word. You understand? And for him now to join with the oppressor, who used to oppress his people and his race of people, and talking about everything is hitting out against black people. That show you that this is a man who have no soul, and this man have. So he's out of the picture. So the only person that can really save, and if Christie become president, I hope him don't give this man an office and them thing there, because Ron DeSantis is a little egoistic and naive and arrogant guy. He's not going anywhere than Florida. You understand? So we wanted to listen to what Christie is saying. You watch, but before we go to Christie, we wanted to listen to, I want to remind you, how we have reached here. You understand? Because if Donald Trump was a black man, Donald Trump goes would be cooked a long time ago. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
Donald Trump should spend the rest of his life in prison. His grifting sons and daughters should spend the rest of their lives in prison. His disgusting henchmen, from William Barr to Stephen Miller to Steve Bannon, should spend the rest of their lives in prison. those fascist, anti-democracy Trump conspirators attempting right now to overthrow the government of the United States, from Rudy Giuliani to Sidney Powell to House Minority Leader McCarthy to the other 125 Republican representatives, they should spend the rest of their lives in prison. President-elect Biden to select as an Attorney General someone whose first act after the inauguration will be to appoint an independent special counsel with a full remit to investigate and prosecute anyone and anything connected to the Trump criminal presidency. Period. And Trump first. Then this country can heal. Not before.
But I think what you see is a serious investigation is going on, and that he's using all the tools in his toolbox to try to get to the truth. So granting limited immunity, I'm sure, is what he thinks he needed to do to get to the truth. In the end, look, when you look at the documents case, whether you believe, and there are some Republicans who believe that he should not have been indicted because Hillary Clinton wasn't indicted. But justice is getting the facts out there and examining this guy's conduct, Donald Trump's, as he wants to be president of the United States.
Yes, so listen to Christie. You can know that this man is a wise man, and this man is speaking truth. So if the Republican Party is listening to this man and they want their party to have the next president, the only best bet for them is Christie. And the reason why, because Christie will be able to appeal to black people because he's truthful. Yes. It doesn't matter about the policy or anything like that, because the thing is that black people are tired of being oppressed, and they're still being oppressed in this country right now by a minority of people. And you have a lot of bossy slaves who are aligned with these people that are oppressing their own people, all because of political expediency and because they've given them some position, key position, so they are willing to go up there and sell their soul. So we want you, our loyal viewers and subscribers, to watch this video, because if Donald Trump was a black man, this is what would happen to him. But because Donald Trump is not black, he's white, you understand. And as you know, some people have rightfully said that the Democrat feel that because they know that the GOP voters, they're low IQ, they're illiterate, not semi, they're illiterate. Because I hear some things that these people talk, I'm like, wow. You cannot believe that white people say such stupid things, but it all goes to show you that people are people, it doesn't matter what their color, but if one is ignorant, they're just going to be ignorant. So I want you to listen to this. This was right before Donald Trump even became president, and guess what? Now it's 2023, over 2 years. 2 years and 2.5 years, and nothing happened. If Donald Trump was black, we can bet our life that Donald Trump would be in the brick. So you watch, you listen, you decide.
Donald Trump should spend the rest of his life in prison. His grifting sons and daughters should spend the rest of their lives in prison. His disgusting henchmen, from William Barr to Stephen Miller to Steve Bannon, should spend the rest of their lives in prison. Those fascist, anti-democracy Trump conspirators attempting right now to overthrow the government of the United States, from Rudy Giuliani to Sidney Powell to House Minority Leader McCarthy to the other 125 Republican representatives, they should spend the rest of their lives in prison. President-elect Biden to select as an Attorney General someone whose first act after the inauguration will be to appoint an independent special counsel with a full remit to investigate and prosecute anyone and anything connected to the Trump criminal presidency. Period. And Trump first. Then this country can heal. Not before.
Yes, that video was done over 2.5 years ago. So now we are in June 2023, and it's 2.5 years now, and they still have not arrested Donald Trump for what he had done for January 6th, and the whole world have seen it right there in front of our eyes. But you say if Donald Trump was a black man, they would hang him and string him alive. You understand? But the same people who voted and supported Donald Trump, even his own party to the day, there have to be something. Right now they are in Congress, they're trying to expunge his record of his crimes that he had committed against the American people. You know that you have 74 million of these people. The they're desensitized. When it comes on to truth, the truth doesn't matter to them. I've heard these people say something that it's unbelievable. You cannot believe that in 2023 that you have people in America this dumb. Yes, and they are white people. White people, most of them, they have no teeth. Some of them, not only some, most of them, they are low IQ people. These are people who cannot differentiate between wrong and right. They claim that they love God, but they don't know that Jesus Christ don't look nothing like any of them, because the white people are not from Africa. You understand? And when they come on to all the good traits that you would expect a human being to have, these people lack it. It doesn't exist. And they're still cheering for this man, Donald Trump, the man who have committed one of the worst crimes against the United States of America. The man even went as far as to, betray his own country by, inviting the Russians inside of the White House, but it never happened yet. So some people believe that Mike Pence is too weak and DeSantis is too extreme. Yes, we do believe that too, to win the presidency. Others believe that Pence experience and DeSantis popularity make them both viable candidates. Pence's record as a vice president needs to be clarified. He was loyal to Trump but broke with Trump on some issues such as the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Some voters may see Pence as too willing to compromise, while others may see him as a principal leader. But also Mike Pence as any principal leader. Mike Pence cannot be a leader. I'm too weak, because he's appealing to the low IQ people. When you're a leader like Christie, you lead from the front. As a leader, are you supposed to lead the people, not them? And what has been happening with the Republican Party is that these low IQ people have been leading the party, not the intelligent people. It's the low IQ people who have been leading, and these are the people that the voters are, the people who are elected are afraid of. So the same way that they use the Congress to censor Adam Schiff. That is a stupidity for investigating criminality in the United States of America. But they're just showing that United States, look, is the art of criminality for 2023. The Republican Party is showing that they don't regard for law and order. They are calling for to dismantle the FBI, and once it's them, it's fine. Anybody else, it's not fine. So they don't respect the FBI and the rule of law in America. So DeSantis is a popular governor in Florida, but also a polarizing figure. He was praised for handling the COVID-19 pandemic, but he has also been criticized for his policy on such as education and immigration. Some voters may see DeSantis as a strong leader. I don't see him as a strong leader. I see DeSantis, remember, DeSantis is Italian, It's just 1962 that Italians are classified as white people in America. So now he wants to, well, they say that he's white now because Italians, Spanish and Irish are considered black people in Europe. So now that he has gotten, his race of people has gotten the white title, he wants to join the oppressors now. When back then, almost 60 years ago, DeSantis could even enter the Republican Party. He couldn't at the time. He could not enter it because he was seen as a black man. But now that he has the white card, so he wants to, everything that has to do with black people suffering in America, he wants to ban it. But he's banning books, behaving, as you would say, as a typical dictator. You understand? Those of us who are good history students know that the only people that used to ban books was the slave drivers and communist state. And that's what Ron DeSantis is doing. So that's why Ron DeSantis will never be president of America. Because I know that black people will coming out in droves just to vote against him. So he won't be a president. So he can kiss that bye-bye. You understand? They're done with him. Because once you're trying to, and then the worst thing that he's doing now is going against the LGBTQ plus community, plus black people. It's not supposed to mix up black people with LGBTQ plus people. LGBTQ plus thing is something that have to do with people's mind. It has nothing to do with their race. So for him to, put black people and them in the same box is not only disrespectful but shameful. You understand? So he's just a demagogue. He's not a strong. He's a weak leader, and he's a dangerous demagogue. So whether Spencer or DeSantis will ever be president will depend on the political climate in 2024. If the Republican is looking for a moderate candidate, then Pence may be a good option. No, Pence is weak. Pence cannot be a good option. The best option they have is Christie. If the Republican Party seek a more conservative candidate, then DeSantis may be a better option. And DeSantis cannot win the general election because he's not going to get the vote of the black people and Spanish people who consider themselves minority. Not the Spanish people who think that they are white, who are fighting to get their white card now as DeSantis ancestor have gotten in America. You understand? So he's not the best option. So many other candidates such as Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, Nikki Haley, the voters will ultimately decide the Republican nominee in primaries. Black people in Africa do not want to be white, which is why Donald Trump won the presidency in 2016. And this is a simplistic and accurate view of the situation. Many black people in Africa supported Donald Trump in 2016. Many black people in Africa disagree with some of Donald Trump's opinion expressed in his statement. And the reason being is that Donald Trump did not attack Africa and trying to impose white philosophy on them and white culture of this LGBTQ plus thing. And that's the reason why Donald Trump had won, because Barack Obama went down there, attacked the African people, did not go to the Middle East, did not go to the Arab countries, because the Arab they were burned on even hell. So that, as usual, the black man, they have no respect for the black man. So that's where the Americans went, and that's the reason why America got Donald Trump as president. With Joe Biden sanctioning Uganda, when things eat up next year, and the black people in America find out, because whether or not the LGBTQ plus community want to know, majority of the black people do not support this madness. Those who support it, those are the ones who they know that they're lying, but they are making money. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Most black people, right? Because black people have been persecuted. When it comes on to terrorism, black people have endured a form of terrorism in America. So that's how it is for black people. You understand? So it is important to remember that Africa is a continent with a diverse population of over 1.2 billion people. So there is no single African with any issue. One thing that the African people, all of them agree on, is this LGBTQ plus thing. Them do not want nothing to do with it. Why Kamala Harris did not go to Israel, go to Egypt with it? Egypt is a part of Africa, but guess what? The people in Egypt are Arabs. The Arabs, they will burn down hell when they come on to that kind of lifestyle. But they want to push it on black people because, black people are poor and this and that. Black people are not poor because black people always have corrupt leaders in Africa, and the whites know to exploit them, you understand, for their resources. And that's one of the biggest problems there. So we continue the journey, you understand. So there, as we said, that's one of the issues that the people in Africa, all of them in the continent, all of them, they focus on this LGBT. They're not in, like, they don't support it. So we should focus on complex issue facing Africa today and working to find solutions that will benefit Africans. President Biden on Monday called for immediate repeal of Uganda's stringent new anti-gay law and warned he might impose sanctions and other penalties in response. But who gave Joe Biden that America is the god of the universe, or the god of the world? America is not god of the world. You can't tell, after nobody can tell America what to do in them country. The people them tell you that. So the people in Uganda do not want your white culture and your culture. Them not want a man to sleep with them, man. Or if you tell the people them what to do. 400 years ago in Britain, they them executed for that. So why the white people are attacking black people? Just leave the black people, let them do what they want to do. So driving the news, Uganda president Yoweri Museveni signed legislation Monday that Human Rights Watch notes criminalized merely identifies as LGBTQ plus and impose severe punishment for a violation related to same-sex relationship, including the possibility of death penalty. Photo, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken say that this is a shameful act, is the latest development in an alarming trend of human rights abuses and corruption in Uganda. Biden said in a statement on the Anti-Homosexuality Act, the dangers posed by this democratic backsliding are a threat to everyone residing in Uganda, including U.S. government personnel and staff of our implementing partners, tourist members and business community. Hey look, all America for just come out of people in them country, nobody can tell America what to do. Oh, no one have to tell people for that. That's why America become the most hated country in the world. And it's not going to get any better, it's only going to get worse. So it's either one day it's just going to be this implosion or explosion of nuclear weapon and everybody just dead. Because everybody willing. Black people have been terrorized for centuries, so yeah, there's some black people just reach a point where them like, I don't care if I did, I'm going to die for the truth. You understand? Everybody willing to become slave. So you understand? So Joe Biden said that he had added that the Department of State will update its travel guidance to American citizens and to U.S. business, as well as to consider deploying existing visa restriction tool against Uganda officials and other individuals for abuse of universal human rights, including human rights of health. That is just all them things, they are just lies. You understand? Because if you believe in a God and the root and the laws of nature, you know that the rectum is not a sex organ. But as usual, the liars never change. You can't expect a leopard to change its spot. You understand? And that is the reason why you see Africa is growing closer to Russia and China, in which they are against the truth. America is the same thing. So that's why they are saying like, look, America have been around a long time, exploit us and all of these things. That's why the Chinese setting up shop in Africa. And America gets its chance and its pass. I don't think that they're going to allow America to have that foothold in Africa that they used to have before. That's not going to happen. And plus, even the Arabs. So, who is there? Who's going to be there as partner with America? It's just the white country, them. You understand? And, the black people, them is going to be closer to the Chinese and the Russians. So, that's how it is. So what we are watching, Biden said he's directed National Security Council officials to evaluate the implication of anti-gay law and all aspects of U.S. engagement with Uganda. People that didn't care about that because that they have nothing to contribute to people's life in Uganda. People, if a man wants to sleep with the next man, that's a fee business, you understand? How is that a problem for America? Why America? If America is talking about human rights, it's the people in China. The people in China have no freedom of speech or nothing. And that's where America is supposed to be focusing on that. Why is this madness is so important to America? As China is supposed to deal with for the people them from the tenement square thing, that's the closest the Chinese people come to be free. That is where America is supposed to be attacked, but it's not that. It's just all about money. You understand? The United Nations Human Rights Office said in a statement that draconian and discriminatory new anti-gay law is a recipe for a systemic violation of rights of the LGBT people and wider population. It conflicts with the Constitution and international treaties and require urgent judicial review, the statement added. The leaders of the UN AIDS program, the US President Emergency Plan for AIDS and Global Fund warned in a joint statement that Uganda progress on its HIV response is now in a grave jeopardy due to the law. So basically that a blackmail the black people them. So you don't care about the black people them who have AIDS in Africa. You don't care about what you can advance, and which is your thing of this LGBTQ plus kind of behavior, and it have nothing to do with black people. It's not beneficial to them. You understand? We see all it did. We see the other day was all monkey pox and all them thing. The people have here get. And, what kind of madness they're trying to impose on people? We know that one day we are gonna die, But if you want to control the population, you just kill off some people if you want to kill. It have been done all the time. You understand? But so this is one of the main reasons why we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel is saying that, and people are not stupid, that Christie, if he receives the nomination, he's going to be the next president of the United States, all because of the attack on the black people in Africa, African people. Not until Africa is free before the world is free. And that's the biggest problem that people are having in the world right now. Christie is the best bet to change what is happening with Africa and America and the world. If Joe Biden, if the Democrat win the election next year and you don't have a Christie as president, then you can just kiss the world, tata, and the only people now is the Supreme Court. Because the only thing why black people vote for the Democratic Party, one is because it's two main reasons I have noticed. One, it's because of racism. Two, because them always tell them about minimum wage. That's just it. More than over 10 years them not raise the minimum wage. That's supposed to set in law. But the oligarchs, they don't care about the poor people. And that's the reason why black people vote for the Democrat. Because them always promise them to raise the minimum wage. So they expect you're supposed to be poor for the rest of your life. And the Republican, them racist, and them not raise the minimum wage. If they were doing that, trust me, the Democrat could never ever see the White House or Congress. That's the thing why the Democrat have the whole and the minority population, racism and the minimum wage. Because everything that they have been doing, some real crazy thing. You understand? So have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.